So ever since I played and beat Ys no Felghana, I've been getting my hands on the other games in the series, and what better way to do so than playing number 1. Ys 1 is phenomenal, and it's currently rivaling Ys no Felghana as my favorite entry. So let me give you my thoughts on this timeless classic, but first, a little bit of history. Ys 1 was released alongside Ys 2 sometime in 1990, the exact date being unknown, for the TurboGrafx CD. This version has seen numerous praise from critics, and was eventually re-released for the PSP in 2012 and the PC in 2013 under the new name Ys Chronicles, which will be the version I will review. So let's get that plot summary going. Ys 1 begins with a boy with red hair heading towards the storm wall, which suddenly appeared outside the island of Asteria. While sailing, the boy's boat sinks and he washes ashore at Barbados Port after being rescued by a man named Slav. The boy, named Adol Kristen, wakes up in a clinic as 2 doctors treat his wounds. Slav is revealed to be the leader of the militia, which formed after monsters began appearing next to the storm wall. The storm wall is affecting the trading of the island of Asteria, seeing as they can't trade silver, so Adol sets off to find an answer on how to get rid of the storm wall, which leads him to the town of Minia. There he meets a girl named Rhea, who is searching for her silver harmonica, seeing as it was stolen from her by thieves. While exploring Minia, Adol meets a fortune teller named Sarah, who informs Adol on the Books of Ys, books that tell the history of the rise and fall of Ys, which are essential to saving Asteria. Sarah tells Adol that one of the books is located in the shrine north of Zebek village, in which she asks him to speak with her Aunt Jeba for more info. Upon arriving in Zebek village, Adol learns that the town's silver bell has been stolen, and the mayor suspects it's thieves to the west of the shrine, the same ones accused of stealing Rhea's harmonica. Talking to Jeba, she gives you the key to the shrine, and after battling the first boss and entering the shrine, he rescues a blue-haired woman from the prison cell, a woman named Fina. Fina tells Adol she was imprisoned here by a man in Dark Cape, but unfortunately can't remember anything else. After escorting her out of the shrine, Adol learns from Jeba that the first book of Ys is locked on the lower levels of the shrine, and after reaching the bottom and defeating the guardian of it, he retrieves the first book of Ys and returns to Minia. However, upon arriving in Minia, Adol hears the misfortune that Sarah was murdered by a man in a Dark Cape. But before her death, she gave her most prized possession, one of the books of Ys, book number 2. Adol returns Rhea's silver harmonica while also returning the silver bell to the mayor of Zebek village, both being found in the shrine. Next stop for Adol is the abandoned mine, and after traversing his way through the dark and challenging catacombs, he finds book number 3. Upon arriving in Zebek yet again, Jeba reveals that her family are descendants of the Ys priest Tova, and as such can read the books of Ys, so Adol asks her to read the 3 books to him. The books detail the creation of Claria, an ancient Ys which brought prosperity to the land until a horde of demons took over, led with 6 greater demons, all controlled by a mysterious figure. The people of Ys retreated to the Shrine of Solomon, where they were surrounded, during which the 2 goddesses of Ys suddenly vanished and the hordes vanished with them. Thus the books were made by priests and gave them magic power in hopes of a hero saving the land of Ys. After this, Jeba tells Adol that the remaining books must be located in the Tower of Dharm, east of the shrine. Adol soon sets off to the Tower of Dharm, where the bandits tell him their colleague Dogi's inside. Adol begins to climb the tower, climbing a few floors before being caught in a trap and jailed. After a moment, he's rescued by a blue-haired guy, which is revealed to be the Dogi mentioned. He tells him to speak to Rabba, who's located on the upper floors, and when you meet him, Rabba gives you a necklace to let you bypass the trap. Upon climbing higher, Adol finds Rhea, who let herself be captured knowing Adol was coming so she can give him a monocle to read the books of Ys. Adol climbs more floors and finally finds the last 2 books of Ys. Finally, after reaching the very top of the tower, Adol comes face to face with the man in the Dark Cape, Dark Fact, who reveals that Adol bringing the 5 other books was right into his hands, seeing as when all 6 are combined, they bestow a great power. After kicking his ass, Adol finds the last book of Ys, and after reading it, Adol's surrounded by a great light as the monsters vanish and the words begin to disappear from the books of Ys, and the 2 goddesses appear before him. Adol's body is then developed in a white light as the credits begin to roll. For a game released in 1989, this is a damn good plot. It's simple yet engaging, and the use of cutscenes in the Chronicles port definitely helps. Speaking of the cutscenes, this game is fucking great looking, no matter which version you play. PC Engine, PS2, DS, PSP, or PC. Enemies are nicely designed, the world is vibrant, colorful, and the effects and battles are awesome. And holy shit, I mentioned how Oath of Felghana's soundtrack was good? The soundtrack is fucking amazing! This is even more in your face than Oath of Volgana. It's awesome. Sound effects are awesome too. I love especially the sound it makes when colliding with an enemy. Delicious. Now, if there's one thing different about Ys 1 is its gameplay. Unlike the hack and slash gameplay of Oath of Volgana, Ys 1 relies on a bump system. No, get out now. The gist with the bump system is based on Adol's trajectory. You want to aim off-center from an enemy or at an angle of an enemy, never head-on or you'll take damage. It takes a bit to get used to it, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes satisfying to plow through enemies one by one, especially the bosses. Speaking of bosses, these guys are so inconsistent on difficulty. For example, the first boss, Genocraze, is way too difficult for a first boss. The second boss, Nigtilger, is way too easy. Vagulion is hard, Pictimos is too easy, Consklard is hard, and Yoglex and Omegon are easy, and Dark Fact can be challenging. It seems so inconsistent with boss difficulty. In all honesty, I think you'll die to the enemies more than the bosses, no joke. Now, Ys 1 only has 5 upgrades for swords, armors, and shields, but in order to make yourself stronger, Adol could find rings to aid him in battle. There's the power ring, which doubles attack power, the shield ring that doubles defense, the timer ring slows enemies to half speed, and the heal ring heals you inside dungeons and doubles your healing rate on the world map. And lastly, the evil ring, which kills you. Don't wear this one. Weirdly, Ys 1 is a game I suggest starting on any difficulty. Easy mode is fine for getting used to how the game works, but Nightmare provides a fun yet fair challenge. Unlike you, Oath of Volgana.
Fuck you, Alpha, you blue titty bitch.
Anyway, Ys 1 on Nightmare increases the health, enemy speed, and damage output of enemies, which heavily puts your reflexes to use. If I have one complaint with Ys 1, it's the requirements for 100%ing the game. In order to 100% the game, you need to get every item, including a few hidden ones like the golden base, getting all swords, shields, armor, and rings, meeting all NPCs, and the worst of the bunch, maxing out your bestiary. In the beginning of his adventure, Adol finds a bestiary potion, which lets him record the information of the enemies he killed. The first one he kills gets the name, and every 5 kills is either the HP, strength, defense, experience, or gold. You unlock these one at a time, meaning it's 1, then 6, then 11, then 16, then 21, and finally 26. Meaning in order to max out one enemy's stats, you need to kill them 26 times. You need to do this for 43 enemies. So that means if you want to max out the bestiary, you need to kill at minimum 1,118 enemies. Holy shit, that's ridiculous. But Ys 1, damn fine game. Fast-paced, challenging, fun, kick-ass, and one of the best action RPGs I've played next to Ys 3. I suggest getting the game on Steam ASAP if you want a fun yet hard action RPG. Not only that, but you'll get a copy of Ys 2 if you get it via Ys Chronicles. Enjoy the game, because I sure did. I'm Payday, thank you all for watching. Now, Ys 1 only has 5 upgrades for swords, armors, and shields, but in order to make yourself stronger, Adol can find rings to aid him in battle. There's the power ring, which doubles attack power, the shield ring that doubles defense, the timer ring slows enemies to half speed, and the heal ring heals you inside dungeons and doubles your fucking dryer.